Spike catching using a spike detector can be a very awesome and profitable experience. Welcome, it's DC. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my own spike detector. I call this spike detector DC spike detector. So in most cases, what I've noticed with spike detectors, in most spike detecting systems, they tend to produce um, a signal, for example, an arrow, when the spike has already appeared. Some of them they repaint, and when you look at the system, maybe it's a picture or maybe it's a video, you tend to think that this is the most accurate spike detection system that we can have. But in most cases, they will be repainting. The arrow would actually appear at the point where the spike would have occurred, and you think, this is an awesome strategy. So with the system I've created, I want to show you guys how this system works. So we'll go through some of the videos that I took, and when I was using the spike detector, where you see the spike detector working on a live account. So if you're new to my channel, please kindly subscribe, like, and share this video. So without wasting much of your time, let's get down to business. As you saw from the videos that I was sharing with you, you could actually see that the arrow was appearing before the spike. So this system is accurate. It's very, very accurate. But I'm gonna share with you a way in which you can get a more and reliable system. So from my spike detector, I've added a QQE, which is a trend filter. So I'm going to explain how best you can get an accurate signal. So with the QQE, this is an indicator that will tell you the trend that is prevailing in each and every time frame. So we can see that in boom. So what is very important is for you to have, if you're going to be catching spike, this is a common error that most people normally make. In boom, you want the trend to be bullish. You want the trend to be in an uptrend, to be moving up, for you to be able to catch spikes. So when you're dealing with a trend where we have which is bearish. In if you check on your QQE, and you see that on the 1 minute, on the 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, it's bearish. Most of the trends that are prevailing in different in different time frame, they are bearish. They are against what you're trying to do. No matter how good the system might be, you still lose. So I'm gonna share with you guys how best you can make use of the spike detector, DC spike detector. So one, you have to make sure that the higher time frame are aligning with what you want to do. So in boom, you want it to be bullish in the terms that it is moving up. It will be blue here, and you want one of the higher time frames. So we can say 1 hour, 4 hours, and daily time frame. These are our higher time frame, and we need at least 5 minutes or 15 minutes with 1 minute time frame, also confirming that we also have a bullish trend. So in that way, if you get a signal now when we have a confirmation on the high time frame and also a confirmation in at least 2 of the lower time frame, for example 1 minute and 5 minutes or 1 minute and 15 minutes, you will know that your chances of catching a spike will be very, very high. So I'm going to quickly repeat this. So in boom, you want at least 1 minute or 5 minutes or 1 minute and 15 minutes. These are our lower time frame. They must have a bullish signal, and here the color must be blue. And you also want the 1 hour, 4 hours, and daily time frame to also have at least one of them. They must also have a bullish trend. So when you have such a setup and there is a signal that is printed on the screen, the chances of you getting a spike will be very high, and you're not going to be able to catch only one spike. You'll be able to catch even more. So let's look at an example in crash. So probably if it's in crash, you want to have a bearish trend. Okay, these are just ways that they use to hide the secrets that are there in these markets. So if it's a bearish, the word bearish came from the word bear, and with bears, when they're killing their prey, they throw them down. So the trend will be moving down. Bullish came from the word bulls, and with the bulls, when they are killing their prey, they throw their prey up. So bullish means moving up, and it will be blue. Bearish, it will be red. It means the trend is moving down. So in a crash, when you are catching spikes, when you have received a signal to sell, at least 2 of the lower time frames, 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 15 minutes, must give you a bearish signal. It must be red here. Then if you go to the higher time frame, at least 1 of the higher time frame must also agree that there is also a bearish trend. So that means on the 1 hour, you must also have a bearish trend, or 4 hours you're having a bearish trend, or maybe on the daily you're also having a bearish trend. So in that way, if you have such a setup, at least 3 time frames are agreeing that there is a trend that is supporting your buy or your sell decision. You are in a position to catch spikes. So this is how best you can what? You can get an accurate signal. So we have updated our spike arrow, and we now call it what? The DC spike detector. What we have done, if you look at the previous spike arrows, they were very good when it comes to higher time frame. They were very accurate. But when it comes to the 1 minute and 5 minutes, they were giving a lot of false signals. Not false, but most of the signals were what? There were a lot of signals. So what we did is this. With this one, when you go to 1 minute, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes, you will be able to get what? Higher, you'll be able to get accurate signals. So we have optimized these spike detectors so that on lower time frames, it gives a very accurate what? Signal. And we have further enhanced the signal so that it becomes more accurate with the addition of a what? Of a trained filter. The QTQQE is our trained filter. We want to buy when it's bullish. We want to sell when it's bearish. So this is what I've done. So it's now the DC spike detecting system. It's a system where we now have a trained filter. This gives us a signal that is more accurate. What I've noticed is this: with boom and crash, when you're catching spikes, the advantage of catching spikes is that one, you quickly get get your profits. Unlike scalping, you have to wait for a lot of hours for you to realize your profit, and you are in control of your of your trade. If the spike doesn't come, maybe after 10 minutes you can pull out. But when it comes to scalping, where you sell in boom, if the spike comes, it can boom and crash doesn't respect stop loss. The stop loss will be pushed up to the end of the spike. So you see, your chances of blowing your account when a spike comes, when you're caught by a spike, are very high when you're scalping. But with spikes trading, it has an advantage that the stop loss is respected. If you say 10 candles and you put your stop loss, when the price reaches that level, it automatically goes. But if you are caught by a spike, there is no way that stop loss is respected. So spike trading is one of, when it comes to boom and crash, it's one of the profitable strategies that you have. But you need to have an accurate signal. You need to have an accurate signal, so that the time that you spend waiting for the signal is not you don't end up having a very long time waiting for spikes, or you don't spend a lot of time in losses. So if you can do that, one, you minimize your time. The signals has to be very accurate so that you minimize your time for the spike to occur, and you also follow risk and money management. This is the most important part. So when you now have a setup that I've explained, your chances of catching a spike will be very high. So what you're going to do is this: you can increase your lot size when you now have such a setup, and you avoid taking for example, if you have a setup like this, I'm not going to be catching spike and boom. If there is a signal, yes, sometimes you'll be able to catch spikes, but you can reduce the lot size because you are now reducing your risk. But when the setup is suitable, it's bullish on the lower time frame and also on the high time frame, then you know that you can increase your lot size, and your chances of catching a spike will be very high, and your chances of making more money will be very high. So this is what I've created, and if you're interested, please make sure you use the details that are there in the description. So we're currently running a promotion. So there are indicators and EAs that I give for free, but with this one, it took me time to optimize it, and it took me time to, but this is why we constantly update our systems or our indicators or our EA. Deriv, as a broker, they are constantly changing their system. So you need to constantly optimize your system so that it remains and stays profitable. So this is the updated version of the spike arrow, and we now call it the spike detector. So if you found value in the information that I've shared, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've noticed that with 70% of my subscribers, 70% of the people watching my videos are not subscribers. Please, you don't lose anything by just subscribing to my channel. Please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on this video. And we are running a competition. If you comment and like our videos on a weekly basis, we select the best comment, and you can stand a chance to win our amazing prizes. We'll be giving away one of our best PAs and one of these spike detectors, which will make your trading life so profitable and easy. Thank you so much, guys, for your time.